guys, this is Allison Pryor. Today I'm going to teach you how to paint a puffin. I've got a request to paint puffin, so I will do a nice big puffin. So what I did was I just did my background in a bluish color. You can add a few little bits of red to give it a nice little bit of purple shadows up here. We'll probably make it a sky. And so just get your background painted on first. It's 11 by 14 canvas panel. And that's that part. And then what you can do is take a picture of a puffin and you can draw it out first on a piece of paper. So when you get it drawn out on a piece of paper, then all you have to do is put it up here on your canvas, and you're going to tape it on so it doesn't move, and you're going to put the puffin wherever you want it. So just take it and tape it on there. Probably up here a little bit, center it, and get it on there. Now all you have to do now is take some carbon paper so you can trace your drawing. So all you have to do then is put your carbon paper underneath your puffin. And when you do that, then you get a pen and you trace out your drawing on your canvas. So all you have to do then is take your puffin and go over the lines that you drew, and then when you get that done, then we can start painting it. So you just want to get the outline first. Just go down over the lines. Good. That's the tail. And then you just go over the beak. So go over all your lines after you get it drawn out. And that way, when you paint it, you don't have to worry about the shapes and getting them wrong. You already got them drawn out for you. And just keep drawing over your lines like that. And that way it will make it so much easier for you to start painting. Good. Now you can lift it up and just check it, make sure it's coming out okay. See? So then, because then you can look at, make sure that you didn't leave anything out also. Don't worry about the lines, you can paint over those. Just try to get your drawing as good as you can. So you just get a picture of a puffin. You should be able to get them online free, and then you can print it off to the size that you want your puffin, and then you draw it out freehand or trace it out to print it off, and then you can just put it on your paper and draw it out on your canvas. Now some of my lines might be a little crooked because I'm standing up, and we can straighten all that out when we do the painting itself. Let's see if I get everything okay. So there's your puffin. So now when you're happy with that, when you're happy with your drawing, then you can take that off. And there you go, and then you're ready to paint. Now, all you want to do is get it started. So we'll just put our basic colors on. So why don't we just take some black, and then we'll paint some black. There we go. Just take a flat brush, and it can be sable or synthetic or even a bristle, as long as it's a brush that's not too big for your area. And then just take your black paint and put it on this part of your puffin, just to figure out where everything is going first and get the shape. There we go. So then you just fill it all in. Fill it all in the best way you can. Make it very simple for you. So I'm just putting black paint on the back and put them on first, the basic colors, and then you can put all the details on top of that. Alright, so we're going to get the back wing done. Puffins are really nice birds. They have webbed feet so they can swim underwater. Newfoundland has a lot of puffins. So just get your black on first. When you get all that on, then you can start adding some details. And I'll be showing you that step by step. So I'm just getting the line here straight as I can. See how you're going over your lines that you've drawn on, so you don't have to worry about seeing those lines. Good. Let's just get that wing on there. Now, we'll see where else we have to put some black. There's a bit of black up on the top of the head here. There we go. I'm just trying to find the spots where the black is. And if you have to make adjustments after, you can do that. Don't worry about that right now. Just get your shapes on there. Go right down to the back. There we go. So now you have that much done. Now you're going to change to a smaller brush. And that way then you may want to come down here into this shape here. When you get to those lines, just pull out on those lines so they're not quite straight, because that's where the feathers are going to be meeting up with the other colors of the puffin. There we go, just fill it in with paint. So now you just have the basic shape of the puffin. So now you want to get a smaller brush so that you can paint in some black into the eye. So you're going to need an even smaller brush. Now, get this over here so I'm looking on from the camera. So I'm just going to use a small brush like this, a little tiny one. It's angular and it's flat, and you can use a round if you like. I'm just going to paint in the eye in the center here, just that little round circle. There we go. That's it. That quick. And where else do we need some black? Maybe a little bit in here just to get some of that shape going on there. So do all your dark colors first, all your black anyway. And get that in there best you can. If you go outside the lines or you make it crooked or anything like that, that can all be fixed after. Don't worry about it too much right now. Just get the shape as best you can. Good. I'm just leaving a little opening there so I'll know where the other color goes. So that's the black. Now, the next thing is some white. But you don't want, when we do the white, for the underpainting for the belly, you want to have some color in with your white so that you can create shadows. So what we can put there is probably a little bit of black or blue, maybe a little bit of blue might be nice. Yeah, so that we can have a nice underpainting for our, you know, it could be gray, it could be blue, it could be grayish blue, it can be purple, any color that's darker than the white so that it's going to create shadows. So let's get some white. Just got some white here. And I might add a little tiny bit of black, gray it up a bit, and a little bit of blue. Alright, so it might be a little bit too bright. Now you can also add brown, so I can teach you a little bit about color mixing. You can add a bit of brown to your blue, and that will give it a nice grayish undertone. So I'll just add a little bit of brown. There we go. Let's see how that works out. So a little bit of burnt umber, or burnt sienna, whatever. And that grays it up a little bit. There we go. So a little bit of blue, a little bit of brown, and white. Brighten it up. And get a grayish kind of undertone. That's too brown, and you put in a little bit more blue. I'm just showing you how you can mix your gray. And some white. Now take that and put it on here. If it's too dark against the background, just lighten it up with a bit more white. But you still need to have an underpainting. So that's not bad. So we'll just fill in the belly. There we go. Now, go up against that line. Fill in the belly. Darken your underpainting if you need to, if it's too late. I'm just mixing up some color, brown and blue. Like I say, you can make black and white and a little bit of gray if you rather, but just get used to mixing your colors to make your own grays. Just show you how to do that. There we go. And get as steady as you can for now. And down underneath here. Under here. Next to the black. Just take it and go underneath the black. That's the wing underneath the black there. Good. Just bring that out to meet the other wing, the other part. And now you want to put some on the face. So put some white, the same underpainting on the face. There we go. Just get that on there. There's a little circle there. You can leave that out so that we can put the color in that we need there. Just paint over the face. Good. And around that black. Around the eye. There's a couple of lines there that you might want to skip over a little bit just so we know where everything goes. Good. That's just getting everything in place first. Try to get your shape so you know where everything goes. There we go. Good. Now, the next thing you want to do is, let's just get a little bit of orange color. Some red first, a bit of red. Alright, let's put a bit of red on our palette. I'll just get a small brush, just a small brush, tiny brush, so that you don't, it'll be a lot easier. So I'm just going to put a bit of red and a little bit of yellow in it, just to brighten it up a bit. And I'm going to paint this beak here. A bit of red. Just fill that in right here. We're only doing the underpainting, so don't worry too much about colors as long as it's close to what we're going to be doing. I'm putting on more red than I am the orangey color, so I'm not adding as much yellow to it. Good. Okay. So we'll just fill that in. And you got that much done. Just fill it in there. We got to make adjustments and everything yet, so don't worry too much. It's going to look funny right now, but you need to get something started. Put a bit of red on the feet. We're going to be putting some grass up over the feet also, so that you won't have to worry too much about having the feet too perfect. Let's just get the colors on there. There we go. And the one in the back, add a little bit of yellow to it just so we can separate that a little bit. Okay. Good. So we'll just put that in there like that. We'll separate those after. Right now I just want to, oops, I got a bit of red paint on there. That's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It kind of looks funny now. But you got to get it started and you got to get the colors on there. So you paint your puffin and then we'll do some detail work. So next what we'll do is we'll take, you can try either one of these brushes, a small fan brush or a small liner brush, round, or a small flat chiseled edge brush. So let's try the fan brush first to put on some feathers on the front of his chest. So pull through some white, pure white, and then start up here at the top and go with the shape of the body, and then just pull on some of these nice little feathers on top of your underpainting, which is your shadow color. And then the shadow color will come through and make it look like, then make the white stand out. So just put on those feathers, go with the shape of the body. Good. Just little strokes, stroke, 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 stroke. Let's try another brush just so I can show you. Now, just pulling through my white. Use the chiseled edge of the brush and pull down some more. So either the fan brush or a flat brush. And see how the underpainting is coming through to give you the feathered look. Now let's try the long, it's not quite long, it's a liner brush and it's round. And you can try that. Now this will take a little longer because it's one stroke at a time. But with the fan brush, you can get more strokes, okay? And so that will take like a longer time. So that's good to know. So I'm going to try the fan brush and the flat brush. I think works better for me. And use the chiseled edge of the brush. Don't go this way because it won't give you the streaks that you need to make it look like feathers. And you might need to do this a couple of times to bring out the feathers more. So pull through your paint and put on your feathers. There we go. And you may have to go over it a few times, but don't let it all blend together too much, because you want to give it a feathery look. There we go. Now, keep doing that. Like I say, we might have to go over it a couple of times to get the feather look better. So far it's coming out. And what you want to do to make it look like the feathers, you bring it in to the black a little bit. Now you can also bring the black into the white. We'll see now what we're going to do. We'll do it this way first. So see, when you bring it into the black, it makes the feathers look like they're intermingling. Some more white. Bring it into your black a little bit. And put those feathers on. This is the easy way to do feathers. Like I said, you can do little tiny strokes. Make your strokes a little short. I'm just touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. Touch, pull, touch, pull, touch, pull. And just go with the shape of the body. Go around the belly. And bring that around. And and down into the feet, close to the feet, around the back. You won't need as much white around the back, but we can always put shadows in again if you end up covering it up a bit. I'm just going to go back over some up here. I'm just going back and forth where I think I need it. Good. Go up into your black. Come around the back, down around the feet, around the bottom, up into your black a little bit, down around the bottom, and this time separate your lines a bit so you can keep some of the underpainting there. We may need to put some underpainting back there after, just get more shadows. Good, let's try the flat brush again, just to see how that works. I get some more feathered lines. More lines. Okay, so the paint is wet, so it's only going to blend. So we'll let that simmer a little bit there. And while we're letting that dry a little bit, we'll get our paint on our brush and paint the face. So let's paint the face. Now this can be smooth up here. Some of that shadow color will come through. It'll keep your white from being too chalky. Just go around that spot there. Whoops. And underneath here. I'll just paint that color in, the white. We'll keep that off the black. And we'll go around the face. Just make that line a bit straight here. Have a look at the puffins on the computer so that you know where to put your lines straight and where you want to go in and make it feathered look. Alright, so let's just get that on there. Now this is only just the first coat, so we're going to need to do more coats of paint to get what we're looking for. Nice. Now, good. Get the shape of the eye. And like I said, if you go over things and you think, oh no, I folded up, we'll straighten all that up after. Don't worry about it. Add a bit of blue to your white. And get a bit of a shadow down here while it's wet. Put a bit of blue down here. And we'll get a little bit of a shadow down here. And then clean off your brush with some water. Make sure try not to have any paint on your brush anymore. And then you can blend that in with the white that's up on top here. And that'll give you a shadowed look underneath. There we go. So I'll transition from the white to the blue. I think we need some more white up here. There we go. So just get that white on there. Like I said, we might need a couple of coats. I'm just going to have a look at it now and see. I'm just getting the basics on there for you first. Good. Take your brush and clean it off so we can get those two lines together so that there's not a line there. It's just all blending together. Okay. Yeah, it's coming along. And then you can put some more white feathers here. But I want to wait for that to dry a little bit first. And then we can put some more white on there. Good. A bit better. So let's just put some feathers, just quick strokes. I'm still using my little round brush. Quick, 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 quick. And I'm keeping some of my shadow. See? Good. I like to have a little bit more down here. Here's my little brush. Bring it down over there. Good. Now, let's go in with some black. And straighten up some of these feathers here. So let's go in with the black and come in here. Straighten up these lines. There we go. Whoops. Too much water. See? I don't mind showing you my mistakes. Too much water. It's going to mess up your painting. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. I'll start bringing that line down straight. We got some feathers going on here, so you're going to bring some of the black back into the white. Straighten those up. Alright. Bring some black into the white. Just push up, push up, push up. And we can go back and forth with those feathers till we get what we're looking for. Alright, good. Let's push them back into the white. Down around here. Just push them in. Kind of gives you a feathery look, see? So that the feathers are overlapping. And let's see. Let's pull the paint down here. Down into the white. Good. See how we're cleaning it up? And if you don't like it, we can always go back in again. Let's clean up this tail part, this wing. Make it nice and sharp. Good. There we go. And there's another little one that comes out like this. Comes out, and one is down. Clean up your edges here. The back, so it looks nice and straight. Well, you know, curved, but the line is nice and straight. Alright. Let's see. That's a bit better. So you're cleaning up your edges, cleaning up your details, and you're making sure everything looks good as best you can for now. We're still in the, well, we're getting, it's not as ugly as it was. We're getting there. Takes time, takes patience. So keep working on that. Now let's work on the face. That's a little bit more complicated. Now is that nice and clear or is it blurry? Don't want it to be blurry. Looks clear there now. Okay, so let's get out our small brush, our small round. I think it'd be easier to work with. We'll find out now, won't we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black and I'm going to add a little bit of white to it, or your underpainting color with the blues and the browns. And I'm going to, let's just mix up something like a grayish color, maybe a little bit of brown. Play with your colors. It's fun to mix your colors, see what comes out. Let's go with that color for now. And what we'll do is, we will put some of that color underneath the eye. Just go straight across. Boom, like that. And then up here, try to make like a triangle. If you got your drawing, just follow. If you didn't, if you lost your triangle, then we'll just paint it back in. Alright, so just try to get that triangle shape. I probably don't have enough paint. There we go. Triangle shape. Oh, he looks a little angry. We don't want him to be angry. So let's bring that into the eye. There we go. Like I said, look on pictures of Puffin so you'll know where everything goes. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to wet your brush. Wet your brush and don't put any more paint on it. Just wet it and tap it off in your tissue. And whatever's left over on your brush, bring this little shadow here back. Bring it back here. There's only water. See, I got too much water on it, so just make sure there's not too much water on there. And go back. And if you need more paint, just go get some more paint, a bit of that grayish color paint. Tap it off in your tissue. We don't want too much. We want it to be watery. I'm sorry, transparent, we'll say. Just so we can get that little shadow there. It's coming along, coming along. Okay, maybe we can put some more white back over here. Fix it up. A little bit of white. Just a few strokes. Clean up that area. Good. Good, good, good. Now what you're going to do is put some more yellow on your brush. Well, let's keep using the same brush. It seems to be working for us. A bit more yellow, a little bit of red just to orange it up a bit. Put another coat on here. Good. Now, let's put some yellow down here so we can line off the beak here. Straighten this up here. And what we're going to do with that, because it's so crooked looking, we're going to go in, get our other brush, our flat brush that we used, and this one here, chiseled edge flat brush. Can you see it? Oh, there you are. There you are. And then take some black and a little bit of white to make a grayish color. And then we'll straighten up our lines here by putting the black back, but it's a little bit gray now. So you thin that line up, it's a bit too thick. And thin it up there a bit. Good. And then underneath here. Down and thin out that line a bit. And that makes more sense. See, it has to make sense. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. Good. So now, let's take our liner brush again and add a little tiny bit of white to some of that yellow. Just lay some on top of there just to give it a highlight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to separate this beak with some black, that grayish color we'll say, with the liner brush. Have a steady hand. Here goes nothing. A little line here. Oh, not enough paint. Get more paint if you need it. Hope for the best. Here we go. Come on. Oh, it doesn't want to come off. Alright, I'm going to add some water. I'm going to tap it off in my tissue. A bit more paint. And I'm going to try again. Now let's give it another shot. Alright, so let's get this going. There we go, we separated the beak. Good. Now let's straighten up that beak. Let's go back to that little flat brush again. This one here, I like this one. Alright. So let's go and put some orangey color back on the beak. Orangey color. Let's see. Now, if you can't get the right orange, because sometimes the reds and oranges, yellows that you get, they won't make a really nice orange. They make almost pink color. Just get a bottle of, or there might be some extra color left on your brush that won't let it go orange. So all you have to do then is just go buy an orange paint that's already pre-mixed for you. Okay, let's do this. Let's straighten this beak up. Let's fix up the shape of the beak. Good. Bring it out a little bit here on the nose. A little bit out. Just have to be careful. You have to look at your... Let's go back and get some red because that's a bit orangey. And put some of the red on there. There we go. go over your line so you can see it. Oh, my hand. My hand is shaking. Okay, so, oh my, oh my, oh my. Frustrating sometimes, isn't it? And underneath here, it's probably a little bit darker under there. Now, I gotta get that beak right. He looks like, I don't know if it's a he or a she, but the beak is kind of strange looking, isn't it? Let's go with a dark, get the black with a little bit of brown and some white. I'm just mixing some dark colors here for now. And I'm going to try to straighten up that beak a little bit. If I don't get it this time, we'll move on and I'll do it after. But you guys might do better than me, because you can take your time. I'm trying to do a video, and I get in an awkward position sometimes, and it's kind of, but that's okay. I'm still having fun. That's all. I just want to have some fun. So I'm just going to bring some of these shades down here just to get a shadow. And then I'm going to put some yellow on my brush. Put a little yellow streak here. Go with the shape of the beak and here. Now you don't have to be so precise. You can also make it your own way. Just put the colors on, have some fun. You can always have it any way that you want to paint it, okay? Now, we'll come back to that again after. Alright? So what I'll do is, I'll bring back. So as you can see, there's still more work to be done. So what we'll do is, we will look at the whole puffin. And what we'll do is we'll dry brush some paint on the back of here. Now what you're going to need this time is a bristle brush. A stiff bristle brush. Sorry about that. Now what you need to do is just clean off make sure your brush is nice and clean, and get some white paint with add a little bit of blue to it. A little bit of blue just to tone down the white. Alright, so you just tone down the white with some blue. You can do it with gray if you want, rather have a grayish tone to it. And you got paint on there, and it's a lot of paint. You don't want too much paint on there, so just wipe it off in your tissue. Just wipe it off. And then this is dry brushing, so you want to make sure. Let's put a little bit of highlight on the top of the head just by touching it, barely touching it. Okay? And then probably a little bit up here, but not all the way down, just a little bit there. Skip over, and then come down on the back and dry brush. Come down a little bit more, skip over a part and come down a little bit more. Good. And then you come down, skip over it again, and dry brush it on again down here. And down here and over the tails. And we'll do more work with that after. It's just getting it started. That'll bring it out a little bit up here on the neck. And that'll just give you some illusion of feathers shining. But it's not all done yet. That's just getting it started, okay? So, hopefully you can see that, because I'll just do a little bit more and probably a little bit brighter for you so you can see it, okay? So just dry brushing it on. That's a bit too bright for me, but in reality, but maybe for the video I'll have to lighten it up. Okay, there we go. Just scraping it on. Sometimes I turn my brush. You know, I got the brush this way, and sometimes I'll flip it this way, okay? So, dry brushing. Good. Now, marvelous. Just coming along. It's coming along. We'll play with the feet, and then we'll do a few more things and bring it to life. Now, let's clean up those feet a little bit. Let's put some toenails in there. Let's just put a bit of brown and black together and put a toenail in there. There we go. That's one there and there. Now he got webbed feet, so he's got them all closed up there, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then we're going to take our, that was with the liner brush, we're going to take our flat brush and we're going to clean up the feet there. Let's put some red back on here because it's too much yellow. Good. Just straighten up what you need to straighten up. And in between here, so we get a darker shadow, so it separates the feet there. Good. There we go. Get rid of that a little bit just by putting a highlight on it. I'll come back to that after. So, there we go. And you could also add a little bit of white to your brush. I didn't even clean it, I just put a bit of white on there. And I'm just going to lighten up that edge there a little bit. Just a little bit. Pulling in a little bit in towards your orange. A little bit of highlight there on that, and a little bit of highlight here. And a little bit here. That just brings it out a little bit more. And back to your liner brush, your round. Let's put a little bit of yellow around the eye, around the circle that you made. Just put a little bit of yellow around there. Make a circle around the circle on the outside. Good. And if you made it too big, just put some black back in there to straighten it up. Like I say, this is a back and forth, back and forth. Painting is back and forth till you get what you need. Alright. And down, go back to your flat brush again. Small flat brush. Put a bit of black on your brush, a bit of gray color. And then you're going to put a little bit of a shadow down here. I'll have them describe to you what names of the parts are. But when you look at the picture, you'll be able to see where everything goes. I'm just adding a little bit of shadow underneath here. And then I'm going to add some more black to my brush and bring this down here, fill it in a little bit more, just to straighten things up. There we go. Straighten it up. So these little tiny details you can work on when you look at your picture, because I won't be able to get them all in. But you look at the picture of a real puffin, okay? And when you do that, you'll be able to put in all the smaller details. I might be able to come back and do some smaller details. Like I say, it could take many videos and many hours of going over and over little tiny details that you probably could figure out yourself. Alright, so let's go with this. Just put a little more red back in there just to clean up those edges there. A little bit underneath here. Good. Just pulling them around. And if I lose too much of my yellow, I'll put some back in. Just watch. So if you lose it, let's put it back in. Put a bit of highlight on the top there so it brightens it up. A little bit here, a little bit there. So I would say probably put a little bit more yellow on top of the beak here just to brighten it up. The sun might be shining on this guy. This guy or this gal, not sure. Hopefully that will help you get a final details in your painting. If you got lost, if you need anything, just leave a comment or contact me at allisonpryor@yahoo.com, and if you have any questions, just let me know. So, happy painting!